What's going on, moviegoers? So if you're new to the channel, my name's Christian and welcome to C-Real Productions. Mr. David Arquette is going to be returning to the Scream franchise for Scream 5. Now this excites me, especially after the news that Neve Campbell was in talks to return as Sidney Prescott. I was like, oh hell yeah, you can't have one without the other. You need all three of them. You need Sidney, you need Dewey, and you need Gale Weathers. The three survivors out of the entire franchise. You need them. It is pivotal for this next Scream movie. It really is. But I'm hyped. I'm hyped the fact that, Deputy Dewey is coming back to the Scream franchise. He's been in all of the films, along with Sidney and along with Gale Weathers. But as far as Courtney Cox, I don't know if she's been in any kind of discussion to bring her back, but if Sidney and Dewey are coming back, it kind of makes sense to have Gale come back, because Gale's a pivotal character, to this franchise as well. And she was married to Dewey, so she kind of has to come back. Any moment now, we'll get a little announcement or something like that on Twitter, or Hollywood Reporter stating that yes, Courtney Cox is in talks to star in Scream 5 alongside Neve Campbell and David Arquette. It's going to happen. Patience is a virtue. But I'm excited about Scream 5, you guys. I am very much excited about this film. I can't wait to see where they take this particular story and how they're going to run with it. This franchise has been very much enjoyable for the most part. I've enjoyed all of the films. Part 4... after rewatching it the other day, it's not a bad, terrible movie. It's just an alright movie. You know what I mean? It's not 1, 2, and 3. I really enjoyed 1, 2, and 3. If I had to put it in order, it'd go 1, 2, and 3. Especially the first one, of course. You can't beat Drew Barrymore at the beginning of the film with their guts all out and hanging from the tree. Just so iconic and terrifying. And what I love so much about this original film was that the timing of it all. To do a Scream film now, you know what I mean? When you have, caller ID, you have FaceTime, you have virtual reality, you have all the technology that comes into play when you didn't have that back in the first Scream film. For God's sakes, she called the police on the computer. I was like, how the fuck did you do that? You know what I mean? She pulled up the PC, oh, 911. You know what I'm saying? Like, nowadays, all you gotta do is press an emergency button. You know what I mean? And boom, it's done. So it's going to be so different to do a film set, obviously in 2020 with the whole technology coming to play. It's going to be very different than what we've been used to. And they teased upon that on Scream 4 already with the whole, camcorder recording shit and shit like that. They teased that quite some bit. But Kevin Williamson, he was the OG screenwriter. One of the OG creators of Ghostface is going to be an executive producer for this film. That is a blessing. You have somebody like Kevin Williamson, who's worked with Wes Craven, who's worked on the first film, who understands Ghostface. So I'm happy to hear that they're getting some of the OG people, off the first film to come and helm the next Scream 5. So that's very much pleasing to hear. Like they did with Halloween 2018, they had John Carpenter come back to, executive produce. Of course, you had Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis, you know what I mean, to give some pointers, but not only to star in the film as well. You know what I mean? You wish to kind of build off what the franchise has already had. But obviously with Wes Craven not being here, it's going to be very hard and kind of limited to see, or even like, well, what would he do, or what would would he like? You know what I mean? Because this franchise has kind of been his baby, along with not Friday the 13th, sorry, Nightmare on Elm Street. So it's going to be a tough one with him not being here, but I feel like with the right direction and the right crew and the right team, they can come up with some kind of unique and refreshing story for Scream 5. They definitely can. They definitely can, and I'm really hyped about it. And I wanted to say something. I feel like Billy and Randy, not Billy and Randy. Oh my God, not Randy. Randy died in Scream 2. Oh my God, what's his name? Billy. Oh my God, I'm going to brain fart right now. The original two killers in the first film. Billy and old girl's boyfriend. I forgot his name. I feel so stupid forgetting his name. I feel like they go so under the radar as not being appreciated as, being the main antagonist of that first film, or in general, they were so damn good at the end of that movie. Like that dynamic duo, they fed off each other so well. Just stabbing each other in the kitchen. It was really good, and I always like Billy. Billy Loomis is a fucking awesome character in Scream 1. I really, really, really enjoyed his take on it. Him, being the original killers, but who's going to be the next killer in the Scream 5? That's what I'm like, what's going to happen? Or did Sydney's mom never die? Or did her dad be a part of this whole situation? Or was her dad a cheater and Sydney's mom, planned this entire thing, to get back at her dad? No idea where they're going to take this story. I don't know. It's going to be a little bit hard trying to come up with some kind of concept to really pitch, pitch to the fans of, this is our new take, or this is where it's obviously it's a continuation of the franchise, and we're going to be coming back and having some old school cast with it, but also with some new school as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what really happens, man. But I'm really hoping that Courtney Cox comes out and be like, hey, you guys, I'm actually in talks as well to star in this film. Like I said, you need all three of them for this franchise. You need all three of them, for Scream 5. It would feel weird if, Courtney Cox wasn't in this film and you had, David Arquette and Neve Campbell in the film. You'd be like, what? Well, that doesn't make sense. You kind of need all three of them, especially if all three of them survived at the end of Scream 4. It's kind of pretty much pivotal. More news. Spyglass is aiming to begin production later this year in Wilmington, California, with safety protocols that are in place. Obviously, with the whole COVID-19, with the whole, pandemic that's happening, shooting this year is going to be extremely difficult and very hard. So they're going to have to come up with some safety protocols to have everybody ensure their safety and things like that. Possibly temperature checks, possibly even COVID-19 checks, before, coming on the set. Things of that nature, I feel like can definitely happen. But man, y'all, Scream 5, it's definitely getting off to a right start for me. It really is. And I can't wait to see or hear some more news about this film. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about Scream 5 and David Arquette officially joining the crew. What are your thoughts? What are your opinions? And don't you think it is awesome that Neve Campbell and David Arquette and possibly Courtney Cox will be returning for Scream 5? Post your comments down below, you guys. And thank you for taking time today for watching CEO Productions. Peace.
We out.